Biollante is a fan favorite kaiju from the Heisei era. Unfortunately, she was killed by Godzilla and hasn't appeared on film since. Many of us thought that she would be a perfect candidate to appear in the Netflix animated Godzilla trilogy, where Godzilla itself would be plant-based. But instead, like all of the other monsters that we wanted to see in these films, they would appear in the prequel book Godzilla Monster Apocalypse. Here, she was even more powerful than her film version, and it really is a crime that this book wasn't what we saw on Netflix. So for today, let's take a closer look at Biollante from the first Godzilla animated universe. So in case you haven't read Monster Apocalypse, and most of us, including myself, haven't because it hasn't been officially translated yet, fan translations would tell us that the book would be focused on the events that happened before the films, where pretty much every single monster, weapon, and Easter egg from the Godzilla universe shows up, only to be wiped out by a young Phileas-sized Godzilla Earth. Here, Biollante would first appear off the coast of Normandy in its flower beast form. It would attack from underwater and underground with its many powerful tendrils. Looking to defeat the kaiju, it would be confronted by the dispatch section of the UNHCR, the Earth Global Union Force for Peacekeeping, or G-Force. However, they would not be ready for such an amphibious assault, and they suffered heavy losses, including losing battleships, tanks, and jet fighters. A counterattack would be mounted using G-heads or gunhead type mechs from the European section that had been equipped with rail guns along with the support of maser cannons from the Far East section. This unfortunately would not be enough to stop the plant monster, but it would buy the humans precious time while Super X ships like the one in Return of Godzilla and Markalite FAHPs, a weapon from the Mysterians, were deployed. This would cause Biollante to change into its plant beast form to up the ante. Yet the humans were able to find its weak point, a heart, located in a hollow at the base of the monster's underground roots, so not above ground like the Heisei versions was. A smart move to hide and protect the heart. But G-Force had a surprise in store for Biollante. 2 Mogera prototype mechs. One would be lost in the battle, but the other would achieve its goal in destroying the heart of Biollante, effectively killing her with the support of flamethrowers and concentrated maser fire. It's even mentioned that the Super X's that survived this battle would be upgraded to Super X2s afterwards. There are just so many Easter eggs here, and if that isn't enough, the book even says that the Mogeras would not have been successful if not for the help of the Type 38 mobile combat suit Jaguar J, or Japan type, which by coincidence were fitted with space titanium, the same metal that the Showa Mecha G was made of. Now Biollante and Monster Apocalypse actually had the same abilities as her Heisei cousin for the most part. They both had that corrosive sap. And here it could even melt the space titanium on Jaguar J. But for an added upgrade, she could focus the sap spray down to a point, allowing her to take out airborne and land targets at a great distance, using the sap like a laser. It had tendrils like before, but this time it had many more, like in the hundreds more. Surprisingly, they were resistant to railgun fire and were capable of taking out a battlecruiser, yet somehow a simple hatchet could cut through them. I'd also mention that the Heisei version could have likely used hundreds of tendrils in its attacks as well, but it would have been impossible to make a suit to show that. Yet that laser sap spray was an awesome addition that I'm sure the Heisei version would have been envious of. The animated Biollante would also have healing powers like before, with an upgraded and almost instant regeneration and transformation ability. They would even theorize in the book that Biollante could be an approximate species to Godzilla, meaning that they could be related in this universe like they are in the Heisei one. Unfortunately, that is all we have on the animated Biollante. So what do you guys think about this new take on the original plant-based kaiju? There's no science experiment here, she's not a human Godzilla rose plant hybrid, but the possibility remains that she's still linked to the Big G. Now it's time to discuss this down in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching guys, take care, and I hope to see you next time.